The sports industry is corrupt. Breaking news as we come on the air live. The terrifying scene on the football field in Landover, Maryland. Head coach Ron Rivera completely loses his mind over the name change. The Washington Redskins face ongoing criticism over their mascot and team name from fans, sponsors, and the indigenous community. Let's take a deeper dive into this story. The logo was first introduced in 1930 by a man named Walter Blackie Wetzel. He was a former councilman and chairman of the Blackfeet Nation and president of the National Congress of American Indians. Blackie was a huge advocate for indigenous people. If you take a look at their mascot transitions over time, you notice the headdress, which holds a deep significant meaning as a badge of success in a lot of Native American tribes and cultures. Although the creator behind the logo was a part of indigenous culture, the misrepresentations come from staff, players, and administration of the Washington football team who are not a part of the culture and have not educated themselves on the history or not given credit where credit is due. This is where the term cultural appropriation comes into play, when you lack the knowledge or respect of the true meaning behind a certain symbol or tradition and continue to choose to be a part of it. As talked about in our reading from Wheelock, it's clear that unless Native people themselves have a stronger presence in media, the harmful stereotypes and the way American story is told won't be properly addressed or changed. Oh, I think we're breaking up here. It looks like head coach Ron Rivera has a few words to say on national television. Ron, what do you have to say to your fans in the Native American communities?
I want to completely apologize for previously not understanding why our branding was offensive and appropriating Native American culture. After better understanding, I am now realizing that these issues date back all the way to the settler colonialism times, and understanding that these studies on historical trauma have now found that there's a long-lasting impact on families and cultures, especially when oppression continues to exist in the social, political, and economic environment. The least we could do is educate ourselves and rebrand our logo to something that doesn't keep bringing up the historical traumas these communities faced.
2 years later. The name switched over to the Washington football team in 2020, and then in 2022 fully switched to the Washington Commanders. This relates to how colonialism has taken away indigenous people from their native land and cultural practices, and that when the people who are benefiting from this legacy of stolen land step forward, real change can happen. By changing the team name and logo, we are moving a step forward and promoting growth and being an example for others in the sports industry to do the same. Some may say the coaching has to do with their good season this year, but I think it's clear it was the rebranding. If you do good to others, good will come back to you. And here are my sources.